So the purpose of this video is to go over the process for creating a DataHub file and then running it in DataHub. So the first thing, of course, that you're going to need is a DataHub file. Now, the basics of any DataHub file are going to be an action and a context. The action being either create, update, or delete. Um, if it's a new thing or entity, then it's going to be create. If you're wanting to update something that already exists on the system, then it's going to be update. And then, of course, if it's something you want to get rid of that's already there, then it's going to be delete. The other thing is the context. That's going to be dependent on what it is that you're doing. If you're talking about ELIS, then it could be curriculum or course or user set, cluster. All of those different things are options, and you'd probably want to go and take a look at the DataHub documentation that we have online. Uh, in this case, what I'm going to be doing is just kind of creating a new program in DataHub. The process is pretty much the same, whether it's a user file or an enrollment file. The specifics of the files are going to be different based on the type it is, but for the most part, if you've got your file properly formatted, then the process is going to be the same. So what I've done, since I'm using an online Google document, is I have downloaded the file as a CSV file. If you're using Microsoft Excel, then you would just want to save as a CSV file and make sure that you're starting off with that, because DataHub has to have a CSV. The next step is to go into your Moodle site and go to your DataHub. It should be installed and appearing as a block. I'm assuming that we're going to be doing this as a manual update, that we just have a few things that we're updating. So I'm going to go into to DataHub here. And the thing that I'm going to be doing is actually updating something in ELIS. So I'm going to use the version 1 import. If this was just doing the import of Moodle users or Moodle courses, then you could use the regular version 1 import. But since this is about ELIS, the file that I have, I'm going to have to use the ELIS one. So things like user sets, course descriptions, class instances, and things like that. And I'll click on Run Manually. And it's got 3 different files, of course, that I could run. If I'm updating users, then I would run a user file. If I'm updating ELIS type of things, then it would be a course file. Even if it's a program, course description, user set, any sort of ELIS object is considered a course file. And then enrollment would be taking individual users and placing them in different contexts. And so that would be an enrollment file. So what I've done over here first, as I said, is I'd want to go down and download this as a CSV file. So it's downloaded. And the trick is you want to save it as a course.csv eventually, because that's how ELIS knows what to do with the file. So I have it saved here in my downloads, and I'm going to really quickly take this, put it on my desktop, because if I tried to run this file as is, I'd get an error. DataHub requires it to be called either a user.csv, a course.csv, or an enrollment.csv, just because that's how it knows the type of file it is, and the fields are going to be different. So I'm just going to really quickly rename this to course.csv and then drag it into the appropriate thing. So the name of the file should match the type of thing that we're running, and then I can hit Run Now. And there we go. It says all lines from the import file were processed. So now I can go down to Program and Manage Programs, and we should see the name of the program in there. This is a new program, and that should match exactly what we put in there. There wasn't any other information associated with it, just an ID number and a name. And that's how you create a new program or anything else that you'd want using DataHub.